everyone. Welcome back to the Ivy Report. I'm Ivy, and on this week's show, we're going to talk to the founder of marijuanastocks.com, the head of the wolf pack, and he's going to shed a little light on how to invest in marijuana stocks. But first, here's what's up this week in cannabis. With the vast acceptance of the new marijuana policies, it seems like everyone's trying to jump on the green team bandwagon. Rumors are floating around that even one of Warren Buffett's holdings is going green. I guess it's official. Marijuana is a cash crop. Oh wait, we already knew that, didn't we? We knew it was only a matter of time before even the most unsuspecting would partake one way or the other, with it getting legal. And now this is proof. Marijuana is not just for those youngins. Older Americans overwhelmingly support legalizing pot. In an AARP survey of adults over 45, 75% of them are pro-pot, as opposed to a civic science survey of adults over 21, where only 58% approve pot. See, that's proof right there that the older folks know that the joints are going to help with their joint pain. I recently ran across a little video that was shot in Washington State that's gone viral. Grandma's smoking weed for the first time. Now, my mom is a part of the AARP generation, and it has amazed me to see how she softened up with her hardcore opinions from her generation. So to see these ladies is absolutely priceless. So if you haven't seen it yet, you're gonna die laughing. And if you know what I'm talking about, laugh with me again. Let's check it out.
Yipes. Feel like I'm
We don't know what to do with that.
Smooth. There. Do it like you mean it. She meant it.
Okay. Yeah, I can feel some tingle in my brain.
I feel like I'm smiling.
Yeah.
Maybe Mr. Buffett should get in on their next smoke sesh to solidify his investments in weed. The new financial boom in the marijuana industry is something I admittedly knew very little about, so I was stoked to get a chance to speak with the Wolf of Weed Street on the best way to break into marijuana investments and how to be sure you're not getting fooled. Let's take a look. Hi, this is Ivy with the Ivy Report, and I am talking with the Wolf of Weed Street. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me today. So you are a bit of an expert on marijuana stocks.
I'm not sure I would say I'm an expert. I would say I'm a advocate / investor that, just had a unique ability of picking stocks that went up hundreds of percentage points.
Perfect. And what led you down this path to be in this industry?
I started investing in, mid caps and, like your Googles, your Silvers, and, distressed banks and stuff. And it was great, but I didn't see the kind of gains that I was looking for. And I was looking for a different sector. I was, looking at distressed banks and renewable energy, and they were all great, but they weren't giving me the type of gains that I wanted. So I looked at marijuana thinking this is going to be the next new trend. And when I started investing, I started to see pretty quickly that you could make a ton of money in it.
How do you search to find out which stock is a good one for you to invest in the marijuana industry?
Well, I usually start with, a paper trade. Mm-hmm. So basically, I use like a $10,000 fake money. And I'll, buy the stock, I'll write it down on a piece of paper when I thought it was a good buy, and then I'll watch how it trades for the next couple of days. It'll give me a little bit more confidence, and when you think that you've got the stock, you start doing more research in it. So then I'll do the research, I'll read everything I can, message boards, Twitter, anything social media, because tracking the sentiment in these marijuana stocks is really important, because it's a lot of emotional buying. I look at filings, I look at the balance sheet. Do they have product? Do they have profit? Do they have a business model that they can execute? So it's a bunch of different factors.
That kind of led into a question I was going to ask you in regards to the companies that are fully compliant and actually file their statements. And so there's a ton of stocks that say that they are marijuana stock companies, but there's no validity to them.
Yeah, I mean, they're complete BS companies. You've got a lot of companies that were in mining or natural gas, and now all of a sudden they're in the marijuana business. And what qualifies them to be a marijuana company? Is it a press release that says, hey, we're a marijuana company now? No, it's like Do you have a business that is some sort of ancillary business in the medical marijuana field? Like, are you selling grow lights? Are you selling other agricultural products, irrigation? Are you doing vaporizers? Are you doing payment systems, security? Not I'm putting out a press release and saying I'm a marijuana company.
Where do you see this industry going?
Well, where else can it go? Prohibition's going to end. It's going to go up. The system doesn't work. They using Colorado as a model with recreational and medical.
Yep.
It's been a wildly successful plan. It was executed well. They really did the right job with legalizing it, and now they're starting to see the benefits. And not just marijuana, or the marijuana sector is benefiting. It's everything around it. It's creating this huge ripple effect. They're collecting more money in tax revenue. Crime is down. The price per square footage is up, and it's up a lot, because a lot of
So
people,
amazing.
because it's federally illegal, they can't put their money in banks, so they're reinvesting it into communities.
Yes.
And all of these things are springing up. Now you've got security firms that are helping transport the money. You've got job creation. And what I basically see is that a lot of these states are going to go medical, then they're going to go recreational. They're going to do it for a couple of years. They're going to get themselves out of debt, or the hangover from like the 2008 financial crisis.
Yes.
And then the federal government's going to step in and say, all right, now we want our cut. And then it's going to go federal.
Yeah.
But you're going to start seeing it. Once they change the Schedule 1 designation, that's a huge catalyst, because it's ridiculous to think that marijuana is on the same level as heroin. You can catch me on marijuanastocks.com.
Perfect.
Which is, it's stock news, but as well as commentary and original content, and it's funny. We don't bore people. We show why marijuana is good for keeping people with Crohn's disease from pooping in their pants.
Awesome.
We've got a sense of humor about it.
I love it. Okay, well, thank you so much for talking to me. I hope that I can call on you again, and awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
I will check you out. Wonderful segment. Thank you very much. This is Ivy for the Ivy Report. And here's your fact of the week. Did you know that the U.S. government produced a film during World War II titled Hemp for Victory, encouraging farmers to grow hemp for the war effort? It's true. And then the government tried to deny it later until Jack Herrera donated a VHS copy of the film to the Library of Congress. Thanks, Jack, for all that you did for us. Well, that's all for now. And remember, like the Wolf of Wheat Street says, when it comes to investing, do your homework. Stay logged on to weedtv.com and be sure to register for exclusive information that only subscribers can get. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at The Ivy Report, and be sure to drop me an email, ivy@weedtv.com. If you want to know about it, I want to talk about it. This is Ivy for The Ivy Report.